Here are different ways to end a song as a DJ, especially when you are mixing. There are situations where you want to end a song in a very matured way, in a very intricate way that will keep your audience glued to your mixes. So the first one we are going to be looking at is, take note of the keys I'm going to be using. I'm going to be starting with letter I. Pay close attention. I'm going to start the deck. That is deck 1, deck A. Then by the time I move, the point I want to start the effect, I'll pick it up and then it's going to pick a particular part of the sound. Just pay close attention and see how it sounds. D, 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 D. So you can see how this very one plays out. D, 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 D. Continue. You are going to see the next one, which is going to be control comma. Pay close attention. So you can see background, background, background. So it's repeating the particular phrase of the song until it goes off completely. So the next one we are going to be looking at is going to be our caps lock. We are going to tap on it double times in the point where we are interested in. This is it. So you can see this is another different variant. This one is bada 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 bada. So it repeats that particular part continuously until the very end. The next one we are going to be looking at is, you can see baby, candy baby. So this one is kind of, you are matching the brake of a car to reduce the speed and then it stops. Then the next one we are going to be looking at is, so you can see this one is very common for most cases. Then the next one we are going to be looking at is, so you can see this one in this case is the rewinding of the deck, and then in the case where you put your hand, you are rewinding it and then you are using the chords on it. So the next one we are going to be looking at is, so you can see this one is another way you combine the repetition of a particular segment and then you break it. Then we are going to move to the next one again. Now let's see. So you can see in the case of this one, we brought down the cutting until the entire voice goes down completely. It's a way of trying to create fading of the song. Now we are going to look at the next one again. Now let's see. So you see, in the case of this one, we are using the filter to filter out, and then we are going to use the same filter now to bring it back, just with the letter Y. So you can see this is a full controller package. I don't think there is any trick that you have with controller when it comes to ending a song that is not available here. This is the next one now. So this one is just the normal kind of, it's just like the way you scratch and drop, but in this case there are situations where you want to end the song by scratching and dropping. So this one takes care of it. You just have it like in this case. Let me repeat it again. So you can see that is how you run it. Then we are going to look at the next one again, which is going to be a kind of flipping from one deck to another. Just watch. Now in doing this, you need to make sure that the two tracks, the first one is playing, which in this case we have our deck A, and then the second one, which is going to be the new one coming, which is deck B. In this case, we are flipping the transition. We are flipping from one deck to another. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to be giving more on this. So we'll first have the track running, which is on deck A, and then we'll now use our letter B to flip to this other deck. Then you get to see how beautiful it will sound. This is it. So you can see how everything played smoothly we flip from this deck to this deck without any hassle, just using our letter B to make the whole process work. So there are different ways in which these things are being done. I'm going to be dropping more, so keep a date as I continue to bring you more guide on this. So see you guys in my next video. Thanks once again.